Hi everybody, it's Saltash Maths Tutor, and this is going to be expanding the brackets. It's all part of algebra, and this is going to be workout number 2. Okay, so it's going to be fairly quick fire. I will work the first few out, but you really need to have looked at the other introductory and first workout to be at this stage, or using this as a refresher. So, okay, here we go. Question number 1. So the answer to this is, or in fact, have a pause, have a go, come back. Okay, so it is x times x plus x times 2, and that is tidied up to x squared plus 2x. Okay, question number 2, there you go, have a go, come back when you're ready. Okay, so that equals the outside times the first thing times the first thing in the bracket, and then it's the outside times, I can't get my times and pluses the right way around here, times the next thing in the bracket, which is, I've got 2y times 3, 6y plus 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, next question, pause if you need to and come back. Okay, here we go, so it's t times 2, that's the first thing, it's the outside times the first thing in the bracket, plus the outside times the next thing in the bracket, tied it all up, t times 2, 2t, plus t times t, t squared. Okay, next question, pause as you need and come back. Okay, here we go, so it's the outside 3x multiplied by the first thing in the bracket, then the outside times the next thing in the bracket, which equals 3x times 2, I've now got 6x, plus 3x times 4, I've got 12x. I've got 6 x's and 12 x's. How many x's have I got? I've got 18x. Okay, the next one, so pause it here, and here we go, it's the outside times the first thing in the bracket, which is x, plus the outside times the next thing in the bracket, which is 6, which is 4x plus 24. Okay, here's the next one, and just pause it and come back when you've had a go. Okay, so just going through the process again, it's the outside times the first thing in the bracket, 2 times 4x, and then it's the outside times the next thing in the bracket, so that's plus 2 times 5. Okay, so that's 8x plus 10. Okay, here's the next one, pause, have a go, come back. And here we go, so it is the outside times the first thing in the bracket, which is 5 times y, then it's the outside times the next thing in the bracket, which is plus 5 times 3, which is 5y plus 15. Okay, and here's the next one, so pause it and come back. Okay, so what have we got? We've got the outside times the first thing in the bracket, so that's x times 1, and then we've got the outside times the next thing in the bracket, which is plus x times x. Okay, not to get too worried about this, that's x times 1, same as 1 times x, which is x, plus x times x, which is x squared. Okay, something a little different here, and we should be building up a sweat now. It's a workout after all, so here we go. You pause it, come back. Okay, so we're going to multiply the outside with the first thing in the list. So that's 1 times x, and we're just going to do as we've always done, and we're going to multiply the first thing with the next thing in the list, which is plus x times, and I'll write it in a different colour, the minus y. Okay, now we just need to tidy up. So 1 times x is x, and then we've got, and again we need to be really careful here, we've got a plus and a minus. Plus multiplied by a minus is a minus, and x times y is xy. It's x times y, and that's the shorthand way of writing it. Bit of a tricky one there, but it's all about the principles. Okay, next one, so pause and come back. Okay, so we're just going to do what we've done before, which is the first thing multiplied by the thing in the outside. So that's 2x times x, and then we're going to do, I'm trying to change colour here everyone, I'm not doing very well. It's the outside times the next thing, which is plus 2x multiplied by minus 1. Okay, so we end up with 2x times x. Well look, if you cover up that x, what's x times x? Well, it's x squared. X squared. And then it's how many of them have you got? You've got 2 of them. And then plus 2x times minus 1. So the plus times a minus gives you a minus. 2x times 1, it's just a 2x. Okay, here's the next one, and everybody, if you're doing foundation level, you are not going to see a question like this, but here's an idea. If we train to do the really hard stuff, and if we practice it, then the other stuff should become easy. And I'm telling you, I absolutely know that you know how to do this. So just obey the most basic principles. Multiply the outside to the first thing in the list, and the outside to the second thing inside the bracket, all that sort of mung jungo. Okay, pause the video. You have a go. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do the basic principles, everybody. Outside times the first thing. Minus 3 times 7x. Then I'm going to do outside times the second thing on the brackets. So that's minus 3 times minus 4. Okay, we're not doing anything that we haven't done already and in the past. Okay, now we just tidy up. Okay, so minus 3 times 7x. Okay, so 3 times 7 is 21. Minus 3 times 7 is minus 21x. And then minus 3 times minus 4. A minus times a minus is a plus, and 3 times 4 is 12. If you got that right, great. Really well done you. If not, just have another look at it. And that was a fairly complicated one. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more. Should we do 2 more? Let's do 2 more. Okay, so here it is, and you have a go at that. Okay, let's see how we did. So it's the outside times the first thing in the bracket plus the outside times the next thing in the bracket. And we tidy that up, and again, if I want to, I can just cover up that 5. X times x, that's x squared. Oh, hang on. X squared times the 5 plus 5x times 1 is 5x. Okay, and here we go into the final one. Okay, so there you go. Have a go at it and pause the video. Okay, so let's do it. So it is the same old routine of the outside times the first thing in the bracket. So that's 6 times y, and then it's the first thing times the next thing in the bracket, which is plus 6 times minus 6. And what do we get? 6 times y, 6y, plus 6 times minus 6, plus times a minus is minus 6 times 6 is 36. Okay, there we go everybody, that is fractions workout number 2, slightly faster paced, and if you've got any questions then post them up, I'm more than happy to answer them. You have been listening to Saltash Maths Tutor. I hope that has helped, thank you.